have the right mindset. Keep looking, keep searching. You don't have to do anything bad for you to get money. Like, you don't have to really shed blood, kill, or do whatsoever that's not worth it. Because at the end of the whole thing, it's all vanity, and it's all vanity. But that doesn't mean you don't have to work hard. Inside the vanity, you have to make it meaningful. You have to make the vanity a meaningful one. So that's why we always work hard and be honest, be humble, and stay true to yourself. Stay true to the world. My name is Ash the Stud Boy, and this is the People's Drive. We're going to run it down from now to 6 p.m. Coming up very shortly by 12:45 p.m. is going to be the first phrase of the People's Drive, which we're going to share different topics. It's going to be like an informative segment where we got to digest some news that just news making rounds on social media, and also latest news that we need to know about. And then at the point in the show, I'm going to open the phone line for you to call in and also talk about any part of the information we're going to share, any part of the stories that interest you most. When we open the phone line, you're going to have the opportunity to tell us what you feel about it. And then by 3 p.m., we're going to have Citizen Jones come up with his crew on Studio 903 by 3 p.m., which runs down to 5 p.m. And then Pastor Samuel is going to be in the building to close the People's Drive for us with a beautiful sermon and words from God himself. Yeah, Pastor Samuel is going to do that for us, wrap us the People's Drive. So stay tuned to VOP 90.3 FM. In case you don't know, we are streaming live on YouTube by 12:45 p.m. We're going to start streaming live on YouTube. We have 10 minutes to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed here to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe to YouTube at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. That is where you got to catch us on YouTube. It's going to make you enjoy the show more, better, and also keep you updated on our content, both past, present, and upcoming content on VOP 90.3 FM. And don't forget, we have a TV station too that you can subscribe to, VOP TV live on YouTube, or Voice of the People TV on YouTube. We're going to find us there. I think we're the most popular on YouTube when it comes to Voice of the People. You can't find any other Voice of the People without our own logo. We are the very best. So by 12:45, we're going to start streaming, which is about 9 minutes from now. We're going to start streaming on the People's Drive. So for now, we'll go back to some music, and by 12:45, we're gonna be streaming. Okay, we already started streaming. Okay, I just got an information from my IT engineer that he's already streaming. So you guys should connect with us on YouTube and stream the show live. Stream the show live on YouTube at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let's quickly go on a short advert break, and when we come back, we're gonna see the headlines of the stories we're gonna share this afternoon on the People's Drive. Don't go nowhere. We are VOP 90.3 FM.
He won't use person do money. Kill him.
Sit tire for here. Put am for him neck. Burn am. Yes. They no go find better work do. Na yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop.
Dat person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person, you no stop dem. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am, and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Welcome back from the advert break. You're still tuned into the People's Drive with Ash the Stud Boy and this is 90.3 FM, the voice of the people. On the headlines, right here on the People's Drive, Supreme Court judgment. It is not over until it's over. Supreme Court judgment, Tinubu Atiku Obi sparks fresh controversy. That is on the headlines. And also Supreme Court judgment fallout, LP chairman Abure sacks aides. And also on the headlines, emergency workers battle Lagos market fire. And Jakba, Canada plans college crackdown amid foreign students pressure. And also on the headlines, Tyson Fury defeats Francis Ngannou by split decision. And also 3-month rehabilitation of Third Mainland Bridge to begin November 1. And that's from Umahi. And then recognize Nigerians' rights to vote securely. Group tells INEC. And then we have also on the headlines, Tinubu mourns Ohinoyi of Ibiraland. That is also on the headlines. Court extends restraining order on planned NLC-TUC strike in Imo. It is also there. And Apapa-led LP group hails Tinubu on Supreme Court victory. Stout Obi. And also on the headline, NDDC boss hails Supreme Court back Tinubu. Dennis Naku, Port Harcourt. And also on the headline, Sanwo-Olu pledges support for creative industry. Iran warns Israel, says action may force everyone to act. And then 2 bodies recovered, 4 rescued in Lagos boat mishap. And then how carbon farming credit can boost Nigerians' economy. These are what we have right here on the first phrase of the People's Drive with Ash the Stud Boy. I'm going to call back with the details of these stories very, very shortly. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back.
Time in the affairs of man when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3.
Welcome back. And on the details of the story, the Supreme Court judgment upholding the election of President Bola Tinubu has left lawyers divided on whether election cases should be concluded before the swearing in of elected officials or after. Some senior lawyers want post-election cases decided before elected officials' inauguration to avoid conflict of interest, especially from presiding judges. But others held that the period provided by the 1999 Constitution as amended is enough to treat election petitions, not minding whether it ends before assumption of office or not. 60 days, according to the section 285 of the 1999 Constitution, an election tribunal shall deliver its judgment in writing within 180 days from the date of the filing of the petition. Section 28557 provided that an election petition shall be filed within 21 days after the date of the declaration of result of the elections. An election tribunal shall deliver its judgment in writing within 180 days from the date of the filing of petition. An appeal from a decision of an election tribunal or court of appeal in an election matter shall be heard and disposed of within 60 days from the date of the delivery of the judgment of the tribunal or court of appeal. 140 days. Both the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, PEPT, and Supreme Court spent 140 days handling the petitions tendered by People's Democratic Party, PDP candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party, LP flag bearer Mr. Peter Obi, and All People's Movement, APM. In the end, the Apex Court affirmed Tinubu as the valid winner of the presidential election held on February 25th, giving suspicions that usually trail the outcome of such judgments in favor of any incumbent and fears of a clash of interest. Lawyers, in conversation with news reporters, gave their opinions on the way forward. Aberration. A legal luminary, Professor Awakalu San, said, ideally, when you have a contest for the highest political seat in the country, even at the state level, it makes sense to clear every electoral hurdle, including litigation, before the winner takes the prize. If you are running a race, 100 meters, 400 meters, 1,500 meters, whatever the type of race or competition, ordinarily, you finish the competition before somebody picks up the prize. So it makes sense, even in politics, for any competitor to pick up the prize after the race. It is not when the race is still on. somebody already has the prize. It makes it difficult for the umpire to say, give us back the trophy. Let us present it to another person. That certainly is an aberration. So I recommend very strictly that we should finish the race before the title is won. So when somebody appropriates all the powers, whether as president or as governor or as a member of the legislative and so on, let the totality of the competition be over before you present the trophy. That is my position. And there are many reasons for this, including the point I have just made. If you present a trophy and you restart the competition, even the referee will be shying to say, Oga, bring back your trophy so that we can give it to the person that has won. Is that true or false? You will hear it even in commentary that it has never happened before. How do you remove a president, governor, or whosoever? I believe it makes sense. It makes, for fairness, to keep the trophy, let all the competitors look at it. And when somebody has won the race, let the winner pick it up. That is the way to go. It is not when somebody is already a president, a governor, or a legislator that you start litigation and he now uses the weight of his office, to hold power and to hold back the position. Also speaking, Mr. Kunle Adegoke, senior advocate of Nigeria, said the call for the election petition to be concluded before swearing in is worth looking into. And he also said the agitation to have an election petition concluded before swearing in is worth looking into. If that should then be the case, our electoral act will have to be amended to have more time for preparation and holding of the elections that will allow the 10-month period for electoral litigation to be concluded before the swearing in of newly elected officials is done. The meaning of the above is that we need to bring the time for holding the elections closer or earlier, at least 10 months before the 29th day of May of the election year. Holding the elections 2 or 3 months before the swearing-in date cannot guarantee conclusions of electoral cases before the handover date. However, I believe that what we need most is the need to ensure that elections are free, fair, and transparent. The National Assembly has tried with the various provisions and enacted into the Electoral Act 2023. We need to ensure that we create a greater guarantee of elections being held in peace and with minimized possibilities of undue manipulation and interference. By my assessment and based on the report by the Election Monitoring Committee of Nigerian Bar Association, which is my professional constituency, I believe that 2023 elections were freer and fairer than some elements would want the world to believe. That is not to say that the electoral process is perfect. However, the agitators would be more relaxed through ensuring that electoral litigation is concluded before swearing in. I think there is nothing wrong with the idea. It has the possibility of calming frayed nerves. Upper hand, the senior lawyer, Mr. Ebenezer Apata, said election petitions in court should be conducted before swearing in, adding that any candidate that is returned as a winner of an election already has an upper hand. In his own words, the truth is that the decision of the Supreme Court from the appeals filed by the appellants to the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, PEPT, at the Court of Appeal is APT. It is not surprising that the Supreme Court unanimously upheld the decision of the Court of Appeal. Further, it doesn't mean that the petitioners didn't have a good case, but when talking of justice, there should be justice for both parties, the people and for the court. Justice isn't one-way traffic thing. It is four-way traffic. We don't need to be told that election petitions in court should be conducted before swearing in, because any candidate that is returned as a winner of an election already has an upper hand. He has an advantage over the candidates because the candidates contesting his return as the winner of the election have an uphill task to prove that there was no substantial compliance with the Electoral Act. It is better that there is no swearing in before election petitions are concluded. None of the candidates will have an undue advantage over the candidate contesting his return. We need a lot of amendments in our laws if we want to move forward. 3 months. On this part, Professor Paul Ananaba, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, said the Electoral Act should be amended to address the issue of Section 137. That section is what the tribunal understood to mean there is no more need to call evidence in each polling unit, but the way the law is as per the judgment. Witnesses will be called in virtually every polling unit. That law should be reviewed to bring that thing to an end. We cannot spend years trying to call witnesses. The time of election petitions should not be more than 3 months. All our elections should be held on or before the last day of February. We will have March, April, and May to decide petitions. The onus of proof should statutorily be on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC alone should defend elections. INEC alone should defend elections and not depend on court. Election petitions should spend 6 weeks at the tribunal, 3 weeks at the Court of Appeal, and 3 weeks at the Supreme Court. Every election petition should have been decided on or before May 26th. That way, we will have a sane situation. Now, moving on to transparent elections. Giving his view, Ebun Olu Adeboruwa, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, urged the National Assembly, NAS, to amend the Electoral Act 2022 to have transparent elections. In his words, the Supreme Court held that failure by INEC to upload election results on IREV leads to loss of public confidence in the electoral process. The court, however, held that such failure will not lead to the nullification of election results. The judgment is sound in law and accords with the relevant statutes on the issue. What then is the penalty for the electoral umpire that failed Nigerians upon its voluntary undertaking? It is left for the National Assembly to amend the Electoral Act 2022 to give us transparent elections. We cannot continue in this fashion. On his part, Mr. Adebayo Ojo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, said in Kenya, where most people refer to, it is only the level and it is at the Supreme Court. They don't start at the Court of Appeal. In Kenya, they don't practice adversary proceedings, which we do. Their system is inquisitorial. I watched the first one where President Uhuru Kenyatta's election was nullified. That is Raila Odinga and Kenyatta, and I also watched the second one. Election petitions are not proven beyond reasonable doubt. It is civil, although sues generis. It has to be proven on a matter of probability. But it is only when you raise issues that are criminal in nature that you have to prove that. Let us conduct our elections well ahead of time. When people are saying we can do it before the swearing in, they are forgetting that rushed justice isn't justice. That is why I said we need to have elections well ahead of time. When we started this nascent democracy, I was in Ajimobi and Akala in 2007. It took us over 2.5 years before we could get judgment at the first tribunal, and it also went on to the Court of Appeal. We all remember how long it took under Governor Aregbesola before he could get judgment. Likewise, Governor Adams Oshomole. In fact, Fayemi was close to 4 years old. Some even spent their time there. But now we have 180 days. Relevant laws. Also, a former chairman, Nigerian Bar Association, Gosal Branch, Bello Galadi, called for the amendment of the Electoral Act and other relevant laws to allow INEC conduct elections and address all election cases before May 29. He said in his words, the modification or the modification would allow elected officers to concentrate and immediately hit the ground working. According to him, we need to start discussion on how to amend the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and other relevant laws so that in future, elected officers are allowed to enjoy an uninterrupted 4 years mandate without distractions. INEC should conduct the general elections 6 months to the date of swearing in. All election cases should be determined before the swearing in. Elected officers should be allowed to concentrate fully on governance. Otherwise, the essence of Section 308, 1, 2, and 3 of Nigeria's Constitution has been defeated. The section had donated civil and criminal immunity for the president, vice president, governor, and deputy governor, respectively. As a sitting elected officer, the tendency of the officer to illegally use public resources to prosecute his election petition cases is high, because in Nigeria, it is ordinarily difficult to differentiate between the public and personal money. The laws should be amended to provide for 2 weeks to file petitions arising from all elections. 2 months should be allotted for election petition tribunals, EPT, to determine their cases. 2 weeks should be provided for the filing of appeals arising from the decisions of the EPT. 1 month should be allotted for the determination of appeals from the EPTs. Appeals from the decisions of EPTs should terminate at the Court of Appeal for gubernatorial elections instead of the Supreme Court. In his opinion, retired justices of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, Federal High Court, State High Courts, National Industrial Courts, cadis of Sharia Courts of Appeal, and judges of customary courts of appeal should be appointed as members of election petition tribunals. The power to appoint the members should be vested in the Chief Justice of Nigeria in consultation with the National Judicial Council and Federal Judicial Council. This is on the issue raised on the Supreme Court judgment. And, it is a sparked controversy. And we are not expecting our dear country to continue this way. We need to have a clearer means. We need to have a transparent, free and fair means of electing our leaders. We don't have to always go to court, depend on court. I mean, what is INEC there for? What is INEC there for? All right, let's move over to the next story right here. What appears to be a direct fallout of the Supreme Court judgment affirming the election of President Bola Tinubu, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Comrade Julius Abure, has sacked 5 of his key political aides. The termination of appointments was contained in a statement signed by National Secretary of the party, Malam Omar Farouk, in Abuja yesterday. The statement read, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, has approved the termination of appointments of some of his aides with immediate effect. He noted that all appointments that were related to campaigns have been formally dissolved. The affected appointees include affected appointees include Mr. Mandela Ukebu, Chairman Labour Party Presidential Campaign Committee on Special Duties. Engineer Balami Isaac was also dissolved. Senior Special Assistant on Presidential Campaign, Fundraising and Grassroots Mobilization, and also many others was also dissolved. The national chairman wishes them well in their future engagements. All right, the next story on this segment. The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service said it has contained a fire incident at 54 Dosumu Street within the well-known Lagos Market, Lagos Island. This was made known in a statement by the director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Adesheyi Margaret, on Sunday today. She disclosed that the fire was initially reported at 20:50. That is about 20:50 p.m. That's about 8:50 p.m. on Saturday, and affected a group of 3-story buildings. Thanks to the prompt and coordinated efforts of our firefighting team, she said, the fire was confined to the uppermost floors. House 54, where the fire originated, sustained significant damage, while House 56 and 58, which is spread to, experienced less severe involvement. At this time, The exact cause of the fire remains unknown, and further investigation will provide more insights. The incident led to the loss of various goods, including key lock cylinder, decoration fittings, Christmas items, and other items, the total cost of which is yet to be determined. Now let's move over to the next story right here. Tyson Fury. The world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury beat mixed martial arts fighter Francis Ngannou in a split decision after their boxing bout went the distance in Saudi Arabia today, Sunday. Ngannou knocked Fury down in round 3, but the 35-year-old British fighter, though shaken, was able to continue. That man, very strong. Undefeated Fury earlier this week laughed off his opponent as a big fat sausage, but afterwards acknowledged that the 37-year-old Cameroonian had effectively kept him off balance. In his own words, he is a very awkward man and is a good puncher, and I respect him a lot, Fury said of Ngannou, adding that it was probably on one of the toughest fighters and one of the toughest fights he has had in a decade. Fury was the overwhelming favorite against boxing novice Ngannou. Don't worry, try again. You're gonna do better next time. The next story: the Minister of Works, Mr. David Umahi, on Saturday said comprehensive rehabilitation of the 11.8 kilometer Third Mainland Bridge in Lagos would begin on November 1 for a period of 3 months. Umahi said this during an inspection of the underdeck lagoon sections of the Third Mainland Bridge and other bridges. Umahi, a team of engineers, directors of the Federal Ministry of Works, and journalists inspected the lagoon sections of the Third Mainland Bridge, Qatar, Independence, and Falomo bridges. Umahi also inspected the Marina Bridge in Apapa. If you are living around the Azix, or you always take the Third Mainland Bridge route to work or to your house, you need to begin to find an alternative from now, because you just heard that the rehabilitation of that bridge is going to begin November 1st of November, and that is about 2 days from now. The next story: a group has asked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to recognize the rights Nigerians have to vote securely in a free and fair election. The group, under the aegis of the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, made this demand in a letter addressed to INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu. According to the letter dated October 28, it said the explicit recognition of the right to vote and to vote securely would improve the right to representative democracy in the country. This was disclosed in a statement on Sunday by SERAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare. He specifically wants the electoral body to use the mandates of INEC to pursue constitutional and legal reforms that would explicitly recognize Nigerians' rights to vote and to vote securely in free, fair, and honest elections as a fundamental right. You don't go to vote, and this past election we had victims who weren't allowed to vote, or who were forced to vote for a candidate they didn't want to vote for. Why? Why should this be happening at this point in time in our country? I mean, we should be bigger than this by now. The continuing resistance by politicians to bring the country's electoral legal rules up to date with modern technology and make the use of technology mandatory in our electoral process is entirely inconsistent and incompatible with Nigerians' rights to effectively participate in their own government. We should have, the beavers, the IREV, they were all introduced, but none of them were accountable. On the day of elections, the beavers were down, they were not working properly, excuses were made, and so on. Large-scale election infrastructure insecurity poses serious threats to the fundamental right to vote that INEC can no longer ignore. The challenges facing the electoral process can be addressed by a swift adaptation and innovation in both election laws and election technology. Democracy works best when everyone participates. That is why it is for the people, by the people. Legally enforceable rights to vote is the bedrock of any democratic society. The right to vote and to vote securely is too important to be left to the whims of politicians. Confidence in the electoral process is on the decline. Many Nigerians are experiencing concerns about the credibility and integrity of the electoral process. President Bola Tinubu today condoled with the government and people of Kogi on the passing of the revered traditional ruler, His Majesty Dr. Ado Ibrahim, the Ohinoyi of Ibiraland. Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Chief Ajuri Ngelele, said the death of the Ohinoyi was a painful loss. The president described the late traditional ruler as a peace-loving, affable, and cerebral. The Ohinoyi of Ibiraland was in a class of his own. He was highly respected and admired for his deep insights, wisdom, and sophistication. He had a masterful way of handling issues. He was very knowledgeable and wise. Tinubu asked the good people of Kogi to take solace in the legacy of peace and fellowship left behind by the late traditional ruler. We're going to go on a short advert break, and when we come back, we'll see more stories right here on the People's Drive. My name is Ash the Stud Boy. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere.
He won't use passenger money. Kill him.
Sit tire for here. Put am for him neck. Burn am. Yes. They no go find better work do. Na yahoo yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop.
Dat person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person, you no stop dem. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am, and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police Talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
The National Industrial Court sitting in Owerri, the Imo State capital, has issued an extended interim injunction restraining the organized labor from embarking on any kind of strike in Imo State. Both the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress are further ordered not to embark on Occupy Imo as planned until the next adjourned date. Justice Nelson Obuanya gave the order after hearing the submissions of the Attorney General of Imo State, Cyprian Akaolise, who approached the court to grant an extended interim order against the defendants in view of their fresh threat to embark on strike through Occupy Imo. The defendants are Nigerian Labour Congress and the Secretary General, Comrade Emmanuel Ubuaja, and the Trade Union Congress and its Secretary General, Comrade Nuhu Toro. In the suit, in which the Attorney General of Imo State and the Imo State government are applicants, they prayed that since there is a subsisting order restraining the defendants from going on strike, the order should be extended. Their argument was hinged on an affidavit by which the first defendant, NLC, by a letter dated 16th October 2023, is currently mobilizing its members from the southeast and south-south for a strike to occupy Imo from November 1, 2023. After hearing from both counsels in the suit, the court granted the order of extended interim injunction restraining defendants from embarking on any strike in whatever guise. The court warned against the disobedience of its order, saying that it will attract consequences. The court adjourned the matter to November 3, 2023 for either hearing or report settlement. That is that. The Lamidi Apapa-led group in the Labour Party has congratulated President Bola Tinubu on his victory at the Supreme Court, saying the affirmation of the election of the candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in the February 25, 2023 presidential poll is well deserved. The Apapa-led group mocked the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi as well as his legal team for presenting the worst election petition ever in Nigerian history. In a statement on Saturday by the spokesman for the group, Abayomi Arabambi, Apapa said it should be on record that Peter Obi's frivolous and bland petition was dismissed in less than 120 seconds. The justices of the Apex Court last Thursday. Obi and his People's Democratic Party (PDP) Atiku Abubakar had challenged the victory of Tinubu in the last election up to the Apex Court. Obi and Atiku disagreed with INEC's decision of the February 25th election. Not satisfied with the verdict of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal (PEPT) earlier in September, Atiku and Obi approached the Supreme Court seeking the nullification of Tinubu's election on the grounds of double nomination, alleged certificate forgery, non-transmission of results electronically, 25% votes in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), amongst other petitions. However, on Thursday, the Justice John Okoro-led panel of the Apex Court threw out all the appeals by Atiku and Obi for lacking merit. The panel thereafter upheld Tinubu's electoral victory. In its statement on Saturday, the Apapa-led group said the victory of President Bola Tinubu is well deserved. It is a testimony of hard work, resilience, dedication, and love for the nation. The group also congratulated Atiku, who gave his best interest in the election. The former vice president remains a veteran and not a failure. He gave it all, but destiny at times speak. That is also said by Lamidi Apapa. However, the group criticized Obi for filing meaningless petition, which was dismissed under 120 seconds, 2 minutes, by the justices of the Supreme Court. Why now? Why when they do this thing? I mean, you guys should just get together and see if you can conquer. There shouldn't be fractions. You don't even have that national level power, and there is fraction in the party. How can you move forward? The managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Obuku, has said the Supreme Court judgment affirming the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the 2023 election confirms the legitimate mandate given to him by Nigerians. While expressing happiness over the judgment, Obuku said it was time for governance and called on all Nigerians, including the opposition political parties, to rally around the president in building a new Nigeria. Obuku, in a statement issued in Port Harcourt today being Sunday and signed by his media aide, Willie Etim, said the litigations against Tinubu were unwarranted in the first place, as the fact speaks for themselves. He noted that the verdict was a reflection of the people's mandate and validation of Tinubu's election as president, saying it has put paid to all the back and forth arguments associated with the elections. He expressed the belief that Nigeria under Tinubu will achieve progress and development, adding that the country will soon take its rightful place in the Committee of Nations. I congratulate you on your victory at the Supreme Court. The ruling affirms the mandate of the electorate and validates your elections as the president of our dear country. You have once again proven to be a Democrat, a champion of the rule of law, a respecter of the Constitution, the electoral process, and the independence of the judiciary. You have demonstrated grace and uncommon statesmanship in the face of unwarranted allegations from your opponents. As an admirer and supporter, I am proud of your achievements in office so far. You have initiated policies and programs that are set to improve the country's security, physical infrastructure, and social welfare of all Nigerians, he stated. Continuing, he said, I have the confidence that you will restore hope in the Nigerian project. You have inspired millions of Nigerians to believe in the possibility of a brighter future. I join you in celebrating this important milestone as you steer our country towards steady progress and rejuvenation. $1 is over 1,000 naira as we speak. Since the emergence of our dear president as the president-elect of our country, inflation has gone 300% higher. Nigerian money, Nigerian currency, 1,000 naira is not even equal to $1. It is about 1,200 to $1. From the statements made by this NDDC boss, although that is his own point of view, I don't think a lot of Nigerians would agree with his judgment that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, since his emergence as president, has, is helping the country to move forward. For now, I don't think a lot of Nigerians would agree with this statement. I don't think a lot of Nigerians will agree. All right, let's move forward to the next story right here. Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has restated his administration's commitment to strengthening the creative industry. He has said, the governor, he was the one who closed the MA Capsule show at the Lagos Fashion Week 2023, noted that he was proud of the state's strong footing in art and culture. Sanwo-Olu expressed this in a series of tweets shared via his profile on X, formerly Twitter. Today, he wrote, "At Lagos Fashion Week 2023, I stood proudly in the heart of a city that's the epicenter of art, culture, and expression. Lagos is where creativity strives. We continue to support this vibrant community because we believe in its power to transform our city and our economy." Closing the MA Capsule show yesterday, I am reminded of how creativity isn't just about fashion, it's an economic force. The governor added that the state will invest more in developing and promoting her creative minds, adding that the industry is positioned to providing more job opportunities and adding significantly to the state's gross domestic product. In his tweet, "Creativity is a catalyst for growth. We will keep investing in our creative minds, ensuring they have the platform to shine. The creative industry has an opportunity to significantly contribute more to our GDP and provide jobs. Our government is committed to nurturing this industry's growth. Lagos and Nigeria are taking the world by storm. With our art and fashion, let's together build a brighter, more prosperous future." This is coming from the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And then on the next story right here, Iran warns Israel, says action may force everyone to act, and it's coming from the Iranian president Ibrahim Raisi. Today said Israel's ongoing bombardment of Gaza may force everyone to act in the latest warning issued by the Islamic Republic since the start of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Israel has been pounding the tiny Palestinian territory since Hamas gunmen stormed across the border on October 7 and, according to the Israeli officials, killed more than 1,400 people, most of them civilians. Since then, more than 8,000 people have been killed, half of them children, according to the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza, an improvised strip of land which is home to 2.4 million people. The crimes of the Zionist regime have crossed the red lines, and this may force everyone to take action, Raisi said on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X. Washington asks us not to do anything, but they keep giving widespread support to Israel, he added. The U.S. sent messages to the axis of resistance, but received a clear response on the battlefield, he said. Using a term often used by Iranian officials to refer to the Islamic Republic and its allies like Lebanon, Hezbollah, Yemen's Houthis, and other Shiite forces in Iraq and Syria. Although it was not immediately clear that he was referring to what he was referring to, there have been a string of attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria, as well as increasing exchanges of fire between Hezbollah and Israeli forces on the Lebanon border since the Gaza conflict began. Iran, which financially and militarily backs Hamas, hailed the October 7 attack as a success, but it has insisted it was not involved in the onslaught, during which 230 people were also taken hostage, according to Israeli authorities. Iran considered its duty to support the resistance groups, but the resistance groups are independent in their opinion, decision, and action, the Iranian president said in an interview with Al Jazeera on Saturday, according to excerpt released by state news agency. The United States knows very well our current capabilities and knows that they are impossible to overcome, he added. This is on the foreign scene. On the foreign scene. And also back to Lagos, 2 bodies recovered, 4 rescued in Lagos boat mishap. The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service said it recovered 2 bodies of victims on board a capsized boat crossing from Olorunsogo to Isawo on Friday. The rescue service, in a statement signed by its Deputy Public Affairs person, Ololade Agola, on Friday, said the bodies recovered were of 2 females identified as Misturat Okumbanjo, 18, and Azizat Amos, 16. It also said that it rescued 4 other victims of the boat mishap alive. According to the statement, the accident was reported at 2016 hours on Thursday. That's about 16 minutes past 8, prompting the deployment of search and rescue crew from the agency. The crew collaborated with the locals who were familiar with the terrain. Despite the darkness, the search continued until late at night when it was suspended. 4 of the 6 victims on board the capsized boat crossing from Olorunsogo to Isawo were rescued. The crew resumed their efforts in the early hours of Friday to continue the search. Unfortunately, they recovered the bodies of 2 females identified as Misturat Okubanjo, 18, and Azizat, almost 16. The recovery operation concluded at approximately 10 hours. That's about 10 minutes past 10. Margaret Adesheyi, the director of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, expressed regrets over the suspected deceased victims. She also emphasized the importance of avoiding unsafe acts around waterways and highlights ongoing efforts to educate and sensitize communities on measures to prevent such incidents. And lastly, on the stories we have right now, we're going to talk about how carbon farming credits can boost Nigeria's economy. Although concerted efforts have been made, Nigeria is still seen as a carbon dependent economy. Many businesses still run on generators, in addition to other practices that harm the environment. A low carbon economy, experts note, is a system that tries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions while operating as a conventional economic system. Let's go on a short break. We're going to get deep into this topic after the break. Don't go nowhere.
Affairs of man, when the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3. Place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are VOP, Voice of the People.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into VOP 90.3 FM, and this is the People's Drive with Ash, the stud boy. Now let's look into how carbon farming credits can boost Nigeria's economy. The structure represents the long-term objective of nations attempting to mitigate the effects of climate change by building sustainable ways to run a better and greener economy. The transition to low-carbon economies began with the Kyoto Protocol, which required governments to cut their carbon emissions and continue with the Paris Agreement of 2015. In the face of the climate crisis, farmers can strengthen plans to remove greenhouse gases in the atmosphere through carbon farming. How? A Rivers State-based climate change advocate and engineer, Mr. Miracle Morgan, noted that there were several carbon removal techniques that relied on large-scale technological infrastructure. According to him, carbon farming is only one of the ways excess carbon can be removed from the atmosphere. What sets carbon farming apart from other infrastructure-based mitigation strategies is its capacity to develop landscapes beyond carbon storage, with added benefits for people and the environment, he also added. Research says the Climate Forward online resource stated that the carbon farming had a great potential to cultivate wide-scale benefits beyond agriculture. According to the resource, a big reason why carbon farming is attractive to land managers is due to the immediate and long-term impact it can provide for land. Farming strategies that foster landscape while carbon storage also provide in-farm co-benefits for income, farm productivity, and soil health, among others, he also added. Now I'm going to go through the comments we have on YouTube, and then I'm going to open the phone line. If you want to call in or you want to send in your message, you want to talk about some of the topics we have dropped right here on the first segment of the People's Drive, you can call in after I drop the phone line. On the comments on YouTube, you people are not honest to yourselves for sure, because the law is not surety. Madi Peace, and also Ola Adewale, politicians are gamers and they are wuru too much. But who created the monster politicians anyway? Also, Nigerians, are you in one chance? Move forward. It is time for them to cash out or be rewarded. No be so. These are the comments we have on YouTube. If you want to call in on the show, you can call in 0700 903 903 903, or you can also send in your messages on 0700 903 903 903, or you can also call 0700 903 9039. The phone line is opened in case you didn't join us from the onset of the People's Drive. We talked about the Supreme Court judgment. Tinubu Atiku Obi sparks fresh controversy. That was the headline. And also, we told you that emergency workers battle Lagos market fire. It was also there. And then, Canada plans college crackdown amid foreign students' pressure. It was also there. And then, Tyson Fury defeats Francis Ngannou on split decision. It was also there. Then we told you that 3 months rehabilitation of Third Mainland Bridge to begin November 1. That is when it's going to begin. And then recognize Nigerians' rights to vote securely. Let us vote securely in this country. Let our votes count. This was also part of the headlines. And then Tinubu mourns Ohinoyi of Ibira land, also there. Court extends restraining order on planned NLC TUC strike in Imo State. Let's get this caller before we go forward. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Afternoon, my brother.
Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, my brother. Who they talk? Ade.
Nemeka they talk from me.
Nemeka, my man. We thank God. Nemeka, be like say you no get good network. Network they worry now for this country.
I love your reply. What you give that man speaking from Port Harcourt that is praising the equal bent. I love how we tell and say dollar is 1,003 now above. so that when he's speaking, make you know what he's talking. Number one, that one is apart. Because as you say, either he says the chop or they don't prepare it for and make it chop. You understand me? That's why they talk like that. So when they are chopping, they talk anyhow. You understand me? They don't care about the people that is suffering. When they are chopping, they talk anyhow, or when they are targeting to chop, or when they promise them. You understand? That one apart. And another one is about the judgment.
Yes.
Because I never understand it. I said Nigeria case have turned dead body will die. Then they carry away, they won't go bury them. You go reach for road, you go get accident at the same time. Then Fela talk saying that the double wahala for the body and the owners of that dead body.
No be lie.
Double wahala for them.
No be lie.
I said na double wahala for Nigeria, whether we like it or not, na double wahala will enter. Be you whoever you like, let it be. If you like, it be party B, party C, or party Z. If you like, it be which stripe. If you like, it be the federal tribe or hatred one. If you like, it be the most prayerful religion. It can be whatever you like, it will be. This wahala will enter. Stays nobody. It stays nobody. So what I'm trying to say again is this. As the judge concluded on last judgment from Supreme Court, telling us that forging is relevant now in our constitution, that one can forge. But we all and some Nigeria agents are chasing the next Oma. Like where would they chase some criminal, where we never see. Forgetting knowing that this girl, she's focusing the environment she finds herself. She's focusing it to us. That's the duplicate she gives us. By putting away early. Because she don't want to be like her mother and her father. That been left behind. While they are holding a great nice certificate in their hand. Wasted time in education. And they get all those certificates. They find no job to do. Told that our power office of Nigeria, our power office of Nigeria with forgery certificates. And we say this is what we want. Let's be honest to each other. I'm saying this once again before you. We should expect more deportees from outside for next year as Nigerians. And anywhere we enter as Nigerians and people start to run away, we will not blame anybody. We should blame ourselves. Because whatever you are is what will reflect on your mirror when you go closer to mirror. You can never be other person. Go closer to the mirror, expecting to see as a good, beautiful, and humble and honest. You can never be. If that bad person you are, you will see on the mirror. If you are good, that good person you are, you see on the mirror. That's why the Bible tells you, whatever you sow is what you will reap. I can see that the majority of the country have decided to sow bad seed. And we must reap bad seed as a country. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for calling in. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. You can also send in your WhatsApp messages on 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to you.
I wish you the best. All
right, go ahead.
I hope I want to.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
So, all I have to say is that since we all are in Nigeria now, so we all are able to see what is happening in Nigeria, this country called Nigeria. So, all I have to say is that democracy in Nigeria have turned to business democracy. So, that's all I have to say. So anything that we have, anything that is, let us even take it like that. I'm ashamed of this country for Nigeria. So Thank you for this. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you for calling in. Let us even be honest with ourselves. Since the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, how have Nigerians been faring? Have you been okay with the situation in Nigeria? Have you been okay with it? How has it been with you? Let us be honest to ourselves. No sentiment. How has it been with this country? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Name and location.
Yeah, my name is Ivan Tigesu from Oshodi.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much. What I want to say is that Nigeria has been in for it already. But I don't know what to say about this, our judgment, about this, our lawyers or barristers or judges. Who haven't seen all these things that have taken place and judge this judgment that they give to Nigeria. My own is that they should make sure that anybody who makes such mistake, who has a forgery something, who has drug issue, that these same judges will not judge against that person, because if they do, they will suffer for it. They should make sure that they will be tampering justice information or tampering with justice. They should make sure that they should consider everybody now. Then again, is that this Sunderland Bridge. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
This Sunderland Bridge I want to repair from November 1st. It's true that time is critical because we all know that very road is busy in every month.
Yes.
And you want to close it November, December, January. There's nothing before now. This is just softening the masses. This is just softening the masses. They should think about masses, whatever they're doing. Think about God. This is something like the road is not enough. Now you have to close it for November, December, January. We are,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Yes. Go ahead.
I hear you. Good afternoon. This is Evening speaking.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so upset. I'm just so angry, especially with this country called Nigeria. I don't even know whether it's the name that is affecting us. I don't even get it. So now, because I could remember when Mesoma just only jam, she just won't help herself. Understand? Now, number one citizen of Nigeria, you're waiting people where they go school, they say they go school. Understand? You're waiting, they talk. See, DSS, all those DSS, they should better go and apologize to that girl. If they don't want if I thought they don't want to see the anger of God, they should better go and apologize. Just quietly go and apologize. Because right from day one, I supported the girl. I support her full time. I never blame her. Everybody was blaming her that she did this. If I thought she can do this at her age, other stuff like that, this, that. I never blamed the girl. I didn't blame the girl. See what number one citizen is doing, and everybody's keeping quiet. The lawyers are coming out to tell us that. This, that the article submitted it later. They should better go and apologize. I'm so angry. I'm just damn so angry. Ever since this man came into power, I'm not happy. My brother, I'm not happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Are you hearing me?
Yes. Name and location.
My name is Steve Oji from Mushi.
All right, go ahead.
Every of these things people are talking. Tinubu started in time and have that strategy. He started to plan in time. So he put on his soldiers everywhere. Over 7 years behind. Now, what I want to suggest to the Labour Party is that they now should certify themselves for future. For even this coming election that's taking place in Bayelsa, I'm seeing that the candidate is here almost alone. I've not seen any of the big members in the Labour Party that have been supporting and following them. See the people, all the executive members notice they have left their zone and come to one Imo, Baessa, the other area. They have fortified themselves. But these members of Labour Party are now looking for where to replace the money they spent before coming governors or senators. You see, I'm not a small guy. I'm now 86 years. What I have not seen in this country has not happened. If these people started, I don't want to repeat myself. It started in time.
All right. Thank you for calling in and joining the show. Please stay tuned to the show. Let us now talk about the Electoral Act and its laws and amendments. Should an office holder, someone who has just run an election be, should the person be inaugurated before all the petitions and judgments? Is it right for inauguration to come before any election petition judgment has been concluded? I mean, there is need for our Electoral Act to be amended, because when someone who has just run an election is being inaugurated and put into office, meanwhile his opponents are still not satisfied with the outcome of the result, and there is a petition in court, why should then be an inauguration before the conclusion of the petitions, before the judgment? Why should there be an inauguration? Is it right or wrong? I think there is need to be there is need for an amendment. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and location.
Yeah, Tony from Surulere.
Tony, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that they are not supposed to swear in any cabinet or whoever under election that they are still in court or whatever. They're supposed to hold on to when after the court. You understand?
Yes.
So, another one again, that man from River State or whoever the chief is his own personal opinion that he said. So nobody will blame him. Looking for his own pocket for appointment or whatever. That's why he's saying all those things that he said. We are buying dollar now, 1,200. And another one is this trauma issue. It's equivalent to this thing that happened now. And we accept it. All the other Nigerians, both our judges and everything. So that's my own take. They should find way to that girl and see the girl, both the DSS or whoever, and the Anambra, the Soluda and the others that mess up themselves. So they should go and look for that girl and know what they will do to the girl. Because this body, the cost should be upon them. Because as far as they welcome this one at the federal things that affect national. At least this one now is Nigeria. They have to make sure only here. But this one now is international. So that's my own take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. From the statements or comments on WhatsApp, he says, Nigerians, save your soul now, please, because no help is coming. My WhatsApp was spooked days ago and not sure who to blame. Hope it is not Alabara Jegudujera of Nigeria that hates the truth. I don't understand what you mean by that. Ola Diwali. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Thank you. This is Mr. Desmond calling from Oshodi.
Go ahead, sir.
On your question,
yeah,
it is not right to have it to sway in when there is no conclusion.
Yes.
And it's not anybody's fault. It is our constitution that have already done that thing for us. The only way we need to amend it is to go to Nigerian constitution and amend it that we need to do election, do everything, and the present government will be in power for the next 3 months to 4 months until the whole thing is finished. Then they will hand over. It's not like the person will stay above 4 years. No, they will inculcate that particular thing in between that 4 years of tenure. maybe 3 years and 6 months. The remaining 6 months, we have to be electionary period. They do the election for 3 months, 3 months for litigation, and the whole thing will end in the 6 months. That is 4 years maximum. There's no point of doing this thing. We didn't go to school. Nigeria has grown more than this.
I mean, we have gone bigger than what we are facing now.
Bigger than what we are doing. We have gone beyond this. We have lecturers. Most of our people lecture in US. We must respect the UK.
Occupying big office overseas.
In the whole world. We have gone beyond as well in elementary 5. Let's go beyond this. Because of our selfishness. That's why you can say a governor sit in the governor's office without doing election and local government elections for 4 good years. We have some flaws of constitution. We need to be changed. We need to change it. If you don't do election for local government, we send your allocation for your local government. We don't give it to you. But here the every month for the past 4 good years, no election local government. It's a fraud, it's a scam. We need to change it. On last one, we want to put up a land bridge. My brother, for how long do you need to put up a land bridge for God's sake? Is it only the people who have in Nigeria? What are these people to scam us? They have scam us every day. The money we say borrow on construction, we are not about bridge. Close this for foreign people. No other bridges in Abuja, in the east, in the west, in the south. Why bridges everywhere? Why is it solar bridge every 2 years? Why is it solar bridge? Let's be honest ourselves. They use that bridge to scam federal government. May God help us.
Thank you very much for joining the show and calling in. Any politician who has been sworn into office or inaugurated into office wouldn't want to give up power. Even if there is any petition against him, against the election in court, they wouldn't want to give up power. So it is not right. I think there is need for us to amend our electoral act and the laws governing our elections. We need to really amend them before 2027. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Name and location. Hello, name and location.
Steve from Ikorodu.
All right, go ahead.
Concerning your question, we have to change the constitution before doing that. As in, it's not proper. So when the court matter has not concluded, showing a new president.
Yeah.
The constitution has to be changed.
It has to be. It has to be changed.
And we have to start doing that by writing to our representative at Abuja to change it. And concerning the third mainland, please let us know if they are going to close it or not. Because I think the main work is under the bridge, not on the bridge. Please.
I think all right. Thank you for calling. I think if they are gonna work under the bridge shouldn't be in use, because I mean it's gonna be risky for people to pass through a bridge that is under maintenance. It's gonna be really not safe for people to pass through. So I think it's gonna be partly closed down for any type of movement. We got another call. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Ash.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Ash, I'm going to look at the call back, please.
Go ahead.
I want to keep in for your question you asked.
Yes.
About the swearing in somebody before the finishing the court and everything.
Yes.
Which is a normal, it's supposed to be normal thing to do before swearing anybody in. We have to finish every process. You understand me?
Yes.
So that when the person goes to the office, you will go there with peace.
With peace of mind and concentrate in your job.
With peace and the silent mind to work. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because every election is if the loser and the winner, if the country will love themselves go to election. You understand me? The loser means the country lose. You understand me?
Yes.
The winner means the country win. That's the country that love themselves. You understand the thing?
Yes.
Kenya go into election the way they did before us, isn't it? Kenya they go into election before us. You understand me? and then go to court. You understand? The court will do the needful. You understand my point? You know what I'm trying to tell you this, Ash. This thing where you see that is happening today is the will of God. That is what is happening in Nigeria.
Thank you, Nemeka. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Ash. My name is Dr. Kings from Glasgow, Scotland.
Welcome to the show.
I heard the question you just asked now. Should electoral officers sworn in before
conclusion of the election? I mean,
I think that's the best option if we want Nigeria to go forward. Because once you sworn in a candidate to office, he will use the power of incumbency to suppress the truth. We all saw what happened in Nigeria judiciary. The country is corrupt. The system is corrupt. With this type of election we just had, Nigeria will not move forward. And it is an indictment to the presidency that we are harboring someone that have the allegation of forgery in his name. We that is in UK are ashamed of ourselves that we cannot even boast of our country. If someone asks me where am I from, I say I'm from South Africa, any other African country, just because I don't want to answer in Nigerian. Because of the shame, the way they will look at you, that country is not moving forward. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining the show. We have a message on WhatsApp. It says, politicians and judiciary has turned this country into a mess. Where saying the truth is a sin. I'm Nicholas from Mafuloku. Another message says, please, the work on Third Mainland Bridge is under the bridge. FG is closing it. That is another message we have on WhatsApp. You too can send in your messages and also call in on the show. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead. I can hear you.
What I want to ask.
Reduce the volume on your radio. Please reduce the volume on your radio.
Okay. Where is Mr. Buhari? Does this mean that any president that comes, he will just mess up with Nigeria and go scot free? Nigeria must change this.
Hello.
Rule Nigeria after ruling Nigeria. That will be a law that will try the person. If the person did well, Nigeria will know that he did well. Not that if any president that rule Nigeria after ruling, we will just miss like that. We will not hear about him again. Where is Buhari? He cannot account of Nigeria he rules. That is what I want to say.
Thank you very much. Now let's quickly look into other stories we have right here. NDLEA nabs Hong Kong, France-bound businessman at Abuja airport for ingesting cocaine, heroin into his system. I'm going to look into that story after this call. Hello, good afternoon. All right, we missed that call. You can also call back. Intercepts hotel attendant with 29 kg drugs consignment going to Oman at Lagos airport. Sees over 6 tons of skunk in Ondo, Oyo, Lagos, Edo, Gombe. And this is from NDLEA. We're going to get into that story. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and location.
Big Prince calling from United States of Lagos.
I like that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to contribute some points to your questions.
All right.
Let's start from the INEC.
Okay.
If INEC officials vividly performed their work very well, the judiciary will not have overloaded problem in judgment. That INEC Act supposed to be reviewed.
Reviewed, okay.
Yes. Number one, 85% to 90% of our politicians are drug barons. I know what I'm saying. Number two, if the NDLEA is catching other younger boys consigning drugs and drug abuse, most of them smoke Indian hemp. The people you call honorable and excellent men of the member of the chambers and the House of Representatives cannot speak on their own Not until when they blew this whistle of Indian hemp or anything that would intoxicate them, they come out and talk vividly, boldly. And you'll be thinking they are the one that said it. Within 5 or 10 minutes, they will deny what they said. I am telling you the truth because they are not the ones saying it. They will tell you that it was a slip of tongue. I witnessed it. I'm too close to some of them, which I may not even identify myself somewhere because of the risk of the job. I know what I'm saying. Medically, INEC supposed to check all those things medically. Their medical status, their brain, how it is working.
So they are supposed to go for drug test before.
I am telling you.
Okay.
I am telling you because even when Medical Association of Nigeria called for that, they squash it off. Nobody responded to that call.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It has to be part of the screening.
I am telling you the truth.
Yes, it has to be part of INEC screening.
Go and check what I'm telling you. If they want to doubt me, I present myself and I will give them a questionable mark. Let them come and prove what I'm saying, whether it's lies. I know what I'm saying. I have my evidences. So what I'm saying is, number one, these people must have to be proved medically whether their mental this thing is working very well. I believe that this heart we have is not what they have. They are not thinking what we are thinking. They are not in the same atmosphere of the civil populace. They are not. I know what I'm saying. Secondly, when you are talking of this Amendment Act,
yes,
they will never allow you to enter into and tamper it. Why? Because that is the avenue of their political ends. Yes. So these are the areas they must have to look into. When you focus on the INEC, you begin to question yourself. An outsider was an INEC officer for some period of time. Another outside man entered with the same fumble.
I'm telling you. Why can't an Igbo man be the INEC chairman? Why can't it go to even the minority in the country? Thank you for calling in. Let's get into these stories of the NDLEA operatives of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have arrested 2 businessmen at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, with consignments of cocaine and heroin going to Hong Kong and France concealed in their bellies. While 38-year-old, thank God, Chimakba Emenike was arrested at the boarding gate of the Abuja airport on Friday, 20th October, during the outward clearance of passengers on the Air France flight 818 to Paris. Another passenger, 41-year-old Abu Chidike Prince, was taken into NDLA custody on Saturday, 21st October, while attempting to board an Ethiopian Airlines flight ET950 to Hong Kong via Addis Ababa. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, 90.3 FM.
Good afternoon. My name is Steven. I'm from Silore.
All right, go ahead.
I got your question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you see this country as a nothing cannot work in this country except they will share this country. If they don't share this country, nothing can work in this country. When they're saying the judiciary, who are the judiciary? Who are the judiciary? Nothing in the judiciary, and nothing is moving on in this country, except they share this country. And when they are thinking that maybe they want peace, that's why they are doing the judgment so that there is no issue will not come up. Even though if this man that is going to rule this country completely these 4 years, something must happen. Either they fight war. If you don't fight war, all is killing you for house. Why is hungry? You are hungry. Even you are fearing to fight war, you are still hungry. Hungry will kill you for house.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. FG moves to facilitate speedy delivery of attack helicopters to NAF. Minister of Defense Alhaji Mohammed Badaru and the Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar are currently in Turkey to facilitate the speedy delivery of T-129 attack helicopters to Nigerian Air Force. The federal government procured 6 units of the 129 attack helicopters from the Turkish aerospace industry, out of which 2 are to be delivered to NAV in the coming weeks. The remaining 4 helicopters are expected to be delivered before the end of the second quarter of 2024. Director of Public Relations and Information at the NAV, Air Commodore Edward Gapquet, made this known in a statement he issued today in Abuja. This is part of the developments we have in our country. And one bad development we have in our country is that our currency is depreciating to the last. Like, I'm not even happy with this one at all. How can $1 be not even equal to 1,000 naira? It's above 1,000 naira. Everything. Fuel today is sold at 630 naira. You have 5 liters of fuel for about 3,000 naira. What is happening in our country? We have a new president who, since he emerged in office, I beg your pardon, to Nigerians and to myself, I don't think it has been progress since the emergence of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It hasn't been progress in this country at all. People are complaining. It is even now that we can see luxurious vehicles parked by the roadside because fuel finished inside their car. It as in, if you go outside now, you won't even you may be able to count the cars passing the roads. Even the major roads do not have, there are less traffic these days. Oh, should we say it's an advantage because there's no more traffic? But how do we even travel with our vehicles this season, this December period? Those who have to travel to visit their families somewhere in this country, how do we even travel with our vehicles? Because if you look at traveling now, it is even better you travel with a public transport. Don't even use a private vehicle, because fueling your private vehicle for a 5-6 hour distance now, or for 8 hour distance, you may spend up to 70,000-80,000 naira or above, depending on the kind of car you have. But if you use public transportation, you may not spend more than 40k to and fro. But if you decide to move with your vehicle and you want to go long distance, it is more expenses on your side, except you want to travel this Christmas with your family. Like, you got to travel with your family. That is the only reason why you have to use your private vehicle. Because if you check the cost of fueling your private vehicle, it is better that when you're traveling alone, just go to a public transport and pay for your journey. It is better for you, because if you decide to use your own private vehicle, it will cost you ×3, because you have to fuel. And fueling now, my brother, my sister, is not easy. People are beginning to park their vehicles and use public transport, because if you're not a big man in this country now, you cannot afford to buy fuel and use it anyhow. It's not possible. I have a message on WhatsApp that says, "Good afternoon. Anyone expecting good governance from this government is wasting his or her time, because the government is on someone's mandate." Leo from Lagos is telling us this. You can also send in your messages and send in your calls, because the phone line is still open. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. And you can also send in your call on 0700 903 9039. Also call 0700 903 903 903. We've got other stories on this segment of the People's Drive. And the next one we want to talk about is 2 dead in suspected Unibank court killings. We're going to get into that story after this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I called back concerning to the Political Party Act. They're supposed to add in their own act that any candidate that they are going to select must make sure that he is free from corruption or any criminal indicted statement or anything that will make him to be disqualified. Now, if that now is being singled out from the political parties, we will not be having this problem. And if any political party is now being observed or seen that they presented such a candidate, even if the candidate wins, that political party will be sanctioned, even from running another election, even let's say from 8 years or 2 or 3 tenures, for them now to recognize what they have done. Because they are presenting people who are going to represent us internationally. I know what I'm saying. This is, in fact, it has been a very great stigma to Nigerians. It has been a very great stigma to Nigerian security agencies. Not only to that, a majority of our senators and House of Representatives, some of them do not have certificate. Go and prove it. We know what we are saying, but we cannot keep on closing our mouth. Even in some of our details, they don't have good certificate that is embarking them on what they are doing. It is not good. Let God help us in this nation.
Thank you.
We are passing a lot. Let them go and apologize to me somehow. Let God bless you now.
Thank you for calling in. 2 unidentified young men have been shot dead in what is suspected to be a court killing at the University of Benin, Edo State. Eyewitnesses who spoke behind camera said the incident took place at about 5 p.m. on Friday when some news reporters visited the Ubowo campus of the University of Benin. Vehicles were confined to using only the entry gate for coming in and going out of the campus. All efforts to speak with the school authority through the Uniben Public Relations Officer have proved abortive. The university security outfit did not grant the reporters access to the school. Neither did they speak concerning the suspected court killings. When contacted for comments, the student union president declined to make any public statement. The police public relations officer in Edo State said they are not aware of such incidents. He, however, said he will get back to the news reporters once the need arises. That is in Edo State. And so we must stand firm against terrorism. Arase, as Nigeria continues to battle organized crimes and other forms of criminality, the chairman Police Service Commission, Dr. Solomon Arase, IGP retired, has called for renewed vigor and inclusiveness of all segments of the society in the fight so as to achieve the required results. Dr. Arase stated that as a people we must rise and stand firm against those who threaten the sovereign integrity of the Nigerian state, even as he noted that no security agency can deliver on its mandate without the support of the people. He spoke at the International Symposium on Countering Organized Crimes in Africa held in Abuja. The PSC chairman, who was represented by Barrister Bright Sagwe, Director, Planning, Research and Statistics of the Commission, declared that our will therefore must be strong because our faith lies in the indivisibility of Nigeria. Dr. Arase emphasized that for the security agencies, it has become not only a statutory mandate but a moral imperative to reenact our old fighting force, to re-strategize and redesign our tactics and promptly arrest and contain the growing insecurity challenge in our country. He said that on no account should we shy away from whatever becomes necessary within the ambit of the law to provide the needed security for the citizens. He noted that terrorism or crime has no conscience and spares no one, whether rich or poor, educated or uneducated, and therefore, no matter what it takes, let us stand together and win this war against organized crime and terrorism. The PSC chairman appealed that the supreme task for our generation is to give hope to the hopeless, strength to the weak, and protection to the defenseless. He said organized crimes no doubt have negative effects on economic development of nations, and the need to fight same need not to be overemphasized. Mankind must put an end to organized crime, or organized crime will put an end to mankind. And on the keyboard of life, let us as a nation always keep a finger on the escape key to survive, he said in his statement. And also we got some other stories right here on the People's Drive. Bandits adopt district head, 5 others in Zamfara. Bandits have adopted the district head of Ruwan Rana under the Bokoyom local government area of Zamfara State, Alhaji Magaji Makau, and 5 others. It was gathered that the bandits who were on motorcycles entered the community on Saturday night and started shooting sporadically, forcing residents to scamper for safety. Still under the security, we are talking about in this country. We need security. We need to be secure. Let's go on a short advert break. I think we have to review almost everything in this country. Almost everything. Security agencies, the government, electoral acts, almost everything needs review in our country. Let's go on a short advert break. We're going to be right back.
He won't use person do money. Kill am.
Sit tire for here. Put am for him neck. Burn am. Yes. They no go find better work do. Na yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am.
Stop! Dat person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person, you no stop dem. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Welcome back to the show. There is need for us to review our electoral act. There is need for us to amend the laws governing elections in our country. Why would a politician be inaugurated? Why would a politician be sworn into office before the conclusion of election petitions? It has to be changed. It has to be amended before 2027 elections, because it is one of the major issues we are facing in our country as regards to elections, and it would also enable the person in office, the incumbent or person who's supposed to be the winner of any particular election, to focus and focus on his duty and what he's supposed to do in his position. Because if someone is being sworn into office and at the same time he is going to court, battling his opponents and all that, there won't be focus. I think even our incumbent president, our present president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that might be one of the challenges he faced during his first 3 months in office, because, I mean, he had petitions coming in from left and right, from opposition parties, and, I think that would have affected his focus on the governance somehow, because I mean, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu got into office, it hasn't gone down well with Nigerians at all. Inflation things have been going up, fuel price hiked, and so on and so forth. All corners, it's just like Nigerians are restless. And we don't even see there's no way out for now. For now, we're not even seeing any way out. And someone is telling me on WhatsApp that it didn't affect his governance. So what has been happening with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I know he wouldn't be happy with his situation of naira to dollar right now. Is the president not aware that $1 is now about 1,300 naira? Something has to be done. I mean, something has to really be done. The president needs to turn around. He needs to find a way to turn around this situation, this fuel hike and all that, and this whole inflation that has eaten up the economy of our country. He needs to find a way to turn everything around. 0700 903 903 903 is the number for you to call or to send in your WhatsApp messages. And you can also call 0700 903 903 9. Let us look into other stories we have right here on the People's Drive. We've got some more stories right here on the People's Drive. Lokbobiri and Kiari at Kaduna Refinery for work inspection. That's the Minister of State for Petroleum, Senator Henikin Lokbobiri, and the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, have arrived at the Kaduna refinery to inspect work progress on the ongoing quick fix project at the refinery. The minister and the Kyari are also in Kaduna for the 14th refineries rehabilitation steering committee meeting. The refinery project is linked with President Bola Tinubu's directive to the Ministry of Petroleum and NNPCL to fix the nation's moribund refineries in order to start refining all crude oil locally. You can send in your call 0700 903 903 903 or send in your messages on 0700 903 903 903. I see someone calling in. Don't worry, call me back. I'm gonna pick your call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is David Akambi.
David,
I'm calling from Ikotun.
David, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Please reduce the volume on your radio set.
The problem with the government we have nowadays.
Reduce the volume on your radio set so that we can hear you.
Okay. As you are hearing me, I will reduce. The problem with the government we are having nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not that the government is too bad, but the problem they have to do, what they have to do concerning the economy. In Nigeria, we need food. Food is the most important thing. Most of the way we carry food, they carried food to us from northern side, every side. It is too cost. That's why internally to feed ourselves is very difficult. And any country that has problem with food, there is nothing that can be easy. So I will advise the president, all those taxes over farmers, truck, those who bring food down to every cities and towns, those things should be removed completely. If that is removed, all these checking on them and everything should be looked up and cancelled. So if those things are removed, I think the cost of eating, food supply will be reduced. And when that is reduced, that is the general problem we have in the country. So if that is tackled, then other things will be followed. And even the capacity of Naira will increase. Because when you are feed enough, nobody, not everybody that is buying the costly things every day. When you have thought on yourself, you can buy another one tomorrow. But food, it is compulsory every day. So that is my advice to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining the show, and thank you for calling in. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call, and it is also the number you can send your message on WhatsApp on, or you can call on 0700 903 9039. A message on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, happy Sunday to you guys in the studio. PDP on I don't clear now, right? Let's PDP breathe. Your selfishness and arrogance caused your party failed. Peter Obi, please, can you give accountability regarding the campaign funds? Hakimi Peace Ambassador from Sango Ota, Ogun State. He says, Peter Obi, please, can you give accountability regarding the campaign funds? Hakimi Peace Ambassador from Sango Ota, Ogun State. All right. You just heard that message from Hakimi, and you two can send in your messages. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to you.
Same to you.
Name and location.
I would like to remain anonymous.
All right, speak up and let's hear you.
I've had all the questions and contributors of all the other people that called.
Okay.
First of all, I'll tell the truth on this content. All these people are willing to call themselves the leader. They are just they're playing with us. But one thing is no. One day, if we did not rise up in this country and say no to all these injustice and this thing that are in this country, I tell you, my brother, people that saying that God will do them this one, God will do them this one. It is left to us to act for this country. We don't see any future again in this country. All these leaders that are just civil, they are there for their own pocket and for their own families. Don't care about them, how they are in the market. But what I promise them is that one day all Nigeria will rise up. They just do divide and rule. They just bring one problem. They will be achieving their end. But let them believe me. One day, we'll rise up and get them. Then they will see what have account for them. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in 0700-903-903. Call in on the show. Let us hear from you. Let us know that thing you have on your mind to say. You can say it. We are the voice of the people. Call in 0700-903-903-903. Speak up. You have the right to speak your mind, or you can send in your messages on WhatsApp on 0700-903-903. FG to integrate Almajiri out of school children to schools. That is from the Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sunumu, has said that the federal government will soon integrate the over 10 million Almajiri and out-of-school children. The established National Commission for Almajiri and out-of-school children with a view to learn skills that will make them self-reliant. We're going to get into that story shortly. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. My name is Godwin. I'm calling from Ijebu.
All right, go ahead, Godwin.
Yeah. In this country, everything that is happening in this country is not about politicians. Because politicians have made everybody and you can't rely on anything they are saying. Even in our court, I always pray for myself and family not to have any issue concerning court, because I know I cannot find any judgment in it. Because the court has already made us talk to believe in anything they say in this court case. They always like to rely on one person. Maybe the person they like to elect to be in the president, they want to align to do. What I noticed is that whenever somebody calls and say that is his son, that is his son, I never see this. I always say this is I know something changed now. I never see any president that elected in the government that elected as a president that come out after every day. They always say him as he's the one that won the election. Whether it's not the one that won, they always give it because they have already made him a president, and there's no way they can pull it back. That's what I understand. And this country, tribalism are making everybody not to believe what they're doing. Tribalism is too much in this country. You know, you are before you solve something, and you know that this person is not fair, they are trapped. They will make you to look like you are nothing. And it's no good. There's a time that we need to realize that we are all one. So, and make something to work for each other. I think that the thing that happens in this country now, whether for an issue, everybody is joining it. It's not about tribalism. Everybody is joining what is happening now. So, whenever people crying and saying that there is something crying about hunger and everything, it's what they decide that's happening to them. Because the only politicians, look at the politicians now, they are only enjoying themselves, congratulating the president. But the poor masses are not even congratulated, even when they say that he wins the election. There's no celebration at all. There's nothing to win that the person is president. So all these things that happen, I was just very worried. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If we want free and fair election, if we want our votes to count, we must carry on the agitation for the Electoral Act to be amended before 2027 elections, because it will continue the same way if the amendment is not done. If the Electoral Act is not looked into and amended, it will continue. Why would a politician be sworn in or inaugurated into office while there are still inconclusiveness in the election process and the result? When there is petition ongoing in court and the judges have not carried out any verdict hasn't been given, no judgment has been carried out, why would someone be sworn into office, especially the office of presidency, as big as it is, where there are petitions ongoing due to the election? Why would such offices be assumed before petitions are being concluded, before the judgment is being given by the judges, by the judiciary or whatsoever, Supreme Court? And why can't we rely on the INEC? Why can't we rely on INEC to give us a fair result, a fair judgment? Why won't the election technologies be put into action, the IREVs and the beavers? What is going on in our country? We need this election process. We need this electoral act amendment to be done before 2027. It has to be done. It has to be done. Nigerians should show interest in this agitation for the electoral act to be amended before 2027. No politician should be sworn into office prior to the elections petitions judgment. No politician should be sworn into office. It is very wrong on my own point of view that this has to be reviewed. If it's not reviewed, then there is tendencies that they know what they are doing and the mago must carry on. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
This is Tuchi. I'm calling from Agudasulere.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, the way I see our judiciary in Nigeria, it has come to be APC government judiciary. Because you can see everybody, they are dancing.
Hello? Oh, we lost that call. You can call back 0700 903 903 903 or send in your messages on 0700 903 903. We also have 0700 903 9039 for you to call. We need the Election Act to be amended. The laws surrounding the election process should be reviewed. It should be reviewed. We have time to review before 2027. There is a message that says this election of 2027 you are talking about, and are you sure people will come out and vote? Because I and my family members will never vote again in Nigeria. Oh, why? Why won't you vote again in Nigeria? It will change. Things will change. Come on, we have to keep fighting until the change happens. We have to keep fighting. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, good afternoon, sir. I thank you for the good work. Please, I just want to ask whether Hungary have respect to tribalism. Whether Hungary, Abi Hunger, has respect to tribalism. Well, I don't know. Maybe someone will help me answer that question. The phone line is going to be open for another 10 minutes. If you have anything to say, please call in 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the show.
I wish you the same. I'm Michael and I'm calling from Yanapaja.
Go ahead, sir.
What I want to say is this. No matter the kind of electoral law, even if you like bring it from heaven, the people that lost the election in Nigeria will never believe the election is fair. The Supreme Court judgment, please, you can respect whatever the Supreme Court says. Tinubu and Atiku have in the past benefited from Supreme Court. Even when Tinubu won the election, won in the Supreme Court, he thought it was completely indigenous remaining terror. They said no, that he should start afresh and do it again. He was rejecting them. Now, the Supreme Court said Tinubu won the election. Why would they accept it? The same thing with Atiku. When Obasanjo went to drop him, he went to Supreme Court. They still ruled that Obasanjo was dead. So please, educate Nigerians, they should accept what the Supreme Court says. Because this will bring a very bad trend that in the return. Now, when the Supreme Court says, people will start to doubt it. And forget about this, let us consider good governance. Let the opposition do their work during that Tinubu has won, thank God. But let the opposition be on his toes, deliver on the mandate. And not because no electoral will bring. The people that lost the election will continue to say that it's wrong. They continue to go to court. And if you extend the time, you may be able to say that where the military may come in. So once somebody will let them swear him in. If the Supreme Court says, then you can come down. But to continue to wait and live last, it will bring to other things. Maybe you can That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in on the show. The All Progressive Congress APC in Kogi State suspended the ongoing governorship campaign in honor of the Ihinoye of Ibiraland, late King Ado Ibrahim. Recall, news reporters had earlier reported that the paramount ruler died on Sunday at about 2 a.m. in Abuja after a brief illness at the age of 94. In a statement issued on Sunday by the Secretary of the Ododo Oyibo Campaign Headquarters Council, Barrister S.M. Ozigi Didat stated, this is to bring to the notice of all directorates supporting supporters of the Ododo Oyibo project and the general public that the Ododo Oyibo Campaign Council has decided to suspend all political activities in Kogi Central Senatorial District. This decision is taken to honor the demise of our revered King, Dr. Ado Ibrahim, who God Almighty has called to eternal rest. Please comply. Ado Ibrahim was coronated in 1997 as the Ihinoye of Ibiraland. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
This is Charles from First Park.
Charles, go ahead.
Buhari lost election 3 times. He never accepted Supreme Court verdict on those elections. So why did the last caller come? APC supporters, I don't know the way they reason and the way they talk. Buhari lost election 3 times. He never accepted Supreme Court verdict. So why is he not forcing Atiku and Obi to accept Supreme Court verdict on this election? Please, they should go and sit down and they've won. Let them continue.
Thank you for calling in. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I am Dr. Keynes from Glasgow again.
All right, go ahead.
I overheard what your last one just said about Supreme Court.
Yeah.
That man is doing half of the truth. Supreme Court, when you have sworn in someone, the executive have power over the Supreme Court. The executive can induce the Supreme Court from the back. So we saw what the retired justice said about his colleagues. Nigeria is corrupt, both from Supreme Court, both from executive, both every Nigerian is corrupt. So we should first forget about the Supreme Court. They are human beings. Justice Ian Okoro is a corrupt man. So whoever that said that Supreme Court judgment is final is lying. The people's mandate is final, not the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is 7 men who can be induced. We don't know what was going behind the scene after the election to induce them. How can 12 judges accept the same thing, not dissecting voice from any of them? How can the whole 12 judges said the same thing? That is not heard of. So whoever that said that Supreme Court judgment is final, that person should tell himself the truth. Nigerian judges are corrupt. One of them have said it openly. Not even one of them. Bukachu has said it, that he influenced his wife. Now, this retired judges, Musa, have said it again. So something is wrong with the judiciary. The Supreme Court are induced. Justice Ian Okoro and his colleagues are corrupt because Buhari raided their house. So whoever that is saying that should say the truth. Not because it favors his own person, but Nigeria should, if we want to rescue ourselves, we should have to tell ourselves the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in from Glasgow, all the way from Glasgow. Thank you for joining the show. If you're streaming on YouTube, please help us share the live. Help us share the live on YouTube so that other Nigerians in diaspora and also other Nigerians who have not joined the show can join the show and know what we are talking about. We are the voice of the people. Let us hear the voice of our people all across the globe. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joshua. I'm calling from Matogu.
Joshua, welcome to the show.
That man that said that Supreme Court judgment is final, let them be deceiving themselves. The rain that will fall, it will fall on everybody when the time comes. The Supreme Court that they are all liars, that they have bribed themselves away from. In fact, let them be lying to themselves. I believe that the time that the rain will fall, it will fall on everybody. Let them be deceiving themselves. The way Nigeria, everybody is suffering, they like it, Abi. Let them be deceiving themselves. When the rain fall, it will fall on everybody.
Thank you for calling in. Hello, VOPFM. This IK from Alimosho area. I am of the opinion that we should allow the judgment of the Supreme Court to stay We can let this go and wait and work and do better in the next presidential election to make sure that no matter what mago they will come up with, our votes will override it with heavy margin. Voice of public opinion is stronger than voice of the Supreme Court judges. Thank you for your message. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Please reduce the volume on your radio set.
Well, I've done that.
All right, go ahead.
I'll come for please. What I want to say is that talking of election,
go ahead.
In the next coming election, I will not come out to vote.
Why?
The best thing for this country is that they should make sure that the judges, the judiciary, they have to select people that they know that has money, that can give them what they want, and they put him there to rule. But for me to convince people the way I did last election to go and vote that it is a civil right, that I want to, because Nigeria cannot even the truth. And somebody, judges, you saw happen. Everybody came and voted. You saw the president, and you are telling someone to bring the evidence of where you win and where you don't win. How are people will be suffering, taking their life off? There's no need of calling election. Then they come and treat somebody that you want to win. No, the rule. Give him the mandate, let him play and rule. No need of calling for people to come and cast a vote. The vote cannot count and never count again in this country. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Let us be hopeful. Let us be hopeful, not lose hope. If we say we are not going to come out and vote next election, who will now change what we are talking about? That means we don't want to get out of this mess. We'll remain in this forever if we refuse to vote. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Name and location.
This is Olaiwola from Ijai.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You see the issue of the judge in the Supreme Court. P2B was one impeached, and he took the matter to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court also judged that, and then went back to the office. That time, Chief Judge of the Federation is not biased. Atiku also was serving a different allegation under Obasanjo, and he took the case to the Court of Law, and he won all the cases against his principal. That time, Supreme Judge is not biased. Right now, as the case is not favored in the judicial, they say the executive arm of government influence the judgment. Life is not like that. Today may be favor you, tomorrow will not favor you. All of them are being to Supreme Court and they won their case in the Supreme Court. Just because of this single election, they lost for the first time in their lifetime, and then the Supreme Judge begin to have a bad name in the country. If they didn't believe in the judicial system of God, how did they take their case to the Court of Law? Let them forge ahead. Political is a bargaining. We see people that lost more than 10 times and then come back and then win the election. Once he won, P2B was one that is a victim of all these cases before, and he went into the Court of Law and become the governor of Anambra State. Let me leave all this mess and forge ahead. And if you don't want to get the government, plan ahead and form any government in the next election. That is how the government moves. But by continuing with this negative comment, we will lead Nigeria to another trouble entirely. We want us to have a political crisis in the country. This analysis on the radio. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0700 903 903 903. We're soon going to be closing the phone line. In less than 5 minutes, the phone line is going to be closed. If you have something to say, please call in. Good afternoon. 0700 903 903 903. Send in your messages and call in before we close the phone line. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Please, I have heard about some of the comments so far. I want to ask a question. Does this preclude anyone from using the parliament? That the Supreme Court made that. Can't we use our own parliament to find out the details of or more about the forgery issue and others? I ask this because we have to think about our youth, our children. We have to think about what people are going to be calling us when we go to Ghana and other countries. So that is what is really bothering me, my brother. Please, we must save this country. And to save the country, we must follow the truth. Look for the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's follow the truth and speak for the truth. Democracy is for the people, by the people. It is not for the judges. We can do this without the court. We can get the fairness we need in our elections without court judgment. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, there is nothing like to be hopefully in the next election of 2027 because our votes did not count in 2023, and we know that the real winner of 2027, the February presidential election, we know the real winner of the 27th February election, presidential election. Is it 27th or 25th? I think it's 25th. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
My name is Philip. I'm calling from Charlotte.
All right, go ahead, sir.
What I have to say is that let the judges and the people call themselves their politicians. What I know is that whatever you did, whatever you did in your own office, on the last day you have the answer. So judges, they feel that they can just bench Nigeria and mess people and feel that their own family or their own pocket is okay. There's nothing can happen for Nigeria can affect them. But what I know is that God will judge them on their last day. That's the only thing I have to say. Let them continue and do whatever they're doing.
Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on YouTube at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And if you're streaming the show on YouTube right now, please help us share the live. Help us share the live on YouTube so that other Nigerians in diaspora and also other Nigerians globally can join the show. Those who can hear us on radio can join the show in YouTube and, contribute to what we are talking about. Contribute to the growth of our nation. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
I'm Nicholas Enyoji. We support this country. I and my family are not going to vote any longer because the nation, the judiciary, the president, whatever they call themselves, they are all corrupted.
Why are we all refusing to vote?
The young generation in this country, I have not seen any future for them. You see? So the best thing, let's remain the way we are. This is no longer a country where a drug balance will be ruining us. Judiciary, everything is being turned upside down. Criminals are the judges now. People even in the House of Senate representing us. There's no legitimate human beings here. They are all corrupted. Right? So please, every day talking about this particular issue, we are all fed and tired about the whole issue. Please, let's do the best. If you know any way you can get away out of this country, you better do it. Although we have lost our name and every other thing in this nation, and even in foreign countries, Nigeria, everybody is looking at them as parts and rubbish. So please, we are praying for a good governance. Let God send somebody come and really lead us. We don't have leaders. We are really lacking leaders. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Mafuluku.
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you for joining the show. Good afternoon, Mr. Host. My name is Nnemeka from Ejibo. Please, which forward are we moving as a country? For a long time ago, Nigeria have been moving forward, going nowhere. With the bad leaders, the country have nowhere to go until we change the bad leaders to good leaders before the country will move forward. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Please reduce the volume on your radio set.
Okay. I'm Sunday from Mafuluku.
All right, let's hear you quickly.
Okay. Concerning the issue of the election, there is one guy that says P2B go to Supreme Court in Anambra. Why P2B go to Supreme Court and win election in Anambra is because the party that is ruling that time is a PDP. And it was in AC. So you cannot get justice where the APC is the leader.
in the federal, and P2B is from Labour Party going to Supreme Court. They cannot get justice here. So that's why P2B get justice before, because there was in AC and the P2B was in Apuga as of then in Anambra. That's why there is justice in the Supreme Court. So now APC is in federal. P2B cannot get justice. The Atiku cannot get justice. They have been used by the region party. That's why. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We are still on the People's Drive, and this is just the first segment. Very, very shortly by 3 p.m. we're going to have Citizen Jones coming to the studio to take us on Studio 903. If you're streaming on YouTube, help us share the YouTube live. Help us share this show live so that people can join and stream. People can join and contribute to the topics we have right here on the People's Drive. We just can't do this alone, and we can't give up on our country. If you're saying we are not going to vote come 2027, who is going to vote? Who is going to change the situation of the country? If you're saying everybody should look for visa and fly out of the country, who is going to stay? Who is going to amend the economy? Who is going to move us forward? We have to do this together. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, I call back.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Matogi. Please, anybody that knows that Fabiodu, the governor of the state, please let them tell him to come down to Matogu Road. All the people living in Matogu, we are suffering on the bad road. If you come there, the whole motors are spoiling on the road. The road is terribly bad. These are the type of leaders that we produce in Nigeria that doesn't care for their masses. Please, anybody that knows that Fabio, you should come down to Matogu Road and come and fix this our road. I beg him in the name of Jesus Christ that he's keeping all of us. All our vehicles are breaking down on the road. The road is terribly bad. Please, they should beg the Fabio to come down to Matogu Road. We are suffering here. Please.
All right, thank you.
Send message to the major. Please,
Thank
I pray
you.
in the name of God.
Thank you very much. It's calling on the governor to come down to Matogun Road to help them walk on the road. And we are complaining of fuel scarcity, complaining of fuel hike on the price, also complaining of bad road, complaining of bad economy, complaining of bad our currency is now $1 is now equal to 1,300 naira. We are complaining of a lot of things in this country. Who is going to help us out of this situation? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Name and location.
This is Joseph from Kirikiri.
All right, go ahead.
There is a question I want to ask you, sir. During the trial or the tribunal, I think one barrister, Larry Peku, was standing for the president. And there was a case of fulfillment of money in respect of drug.
Okay.
And that very day of the trial, there was an issue of 10 years of elapses without denying that somebody involved in that drug matter. True or false, sir?
True.
True, eh?
Yes.
Okay. There is another one I want to ask, sir. During that question, during this tribunal, during the tribunal, I think Atiku went to America for this verification of certificate.
Yes.
True or false, sir?
He went.
But the man in charge, the questionnaire, the person in question, went to the same court to give an appeal that they should not release the record. True or false, sir?
Well, I'm not sure about that. Yes, he went. He went. Yeah, he went. He went. Yeah.
Okay, he went. Okay.
Yeah.
And the court were able to withhold, and there was counter order that they should not release. Delaying method before this result was finally released. True or false, sir?
True. You know, the Supreme Court dismissed.
Wait. With the Supreme Court not aware of the delay when a man in question was denying access to a certain record? Were they not aware? Sir, hello.
Go ahead.
Were you not aware that FBI wanted to release the record on the 20th of this month in America?
Okay.
Sir, I'm listening, sir. Were you not aware that the same man sent people to the same court in America not to release the record?
So what are you saying? What are you saying in essence? Let us get your point.
What I'm saying in essence is that the judgment. I am not a political party member. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm not an Yoruba man.
Yeah.
But what we are after is our next generation goodwill. I am not tagging any person as a criminal. But when a record, if I attended a school and they want my result, I have no right. If by law of conduct, you will know that if somebody is agitated that such a record should not be given, he have a skeleton in the cupboard. So, if the Supreme Court can allow it to go free, we thank God for everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Supreme Court dismissed Atiku's petition of the CSU certificate forgery over lack of jurisdiction, meaning it wasn't recognized. The court in America that ruled in favor of Atiku wasn't recognized by the Supreme Court. That is the lack of jurisdiction they told them about, or they told us about. We're going to end the, we're going to close the phone line here so that we can end the show. If you're streaming on YouTube, please help us share the live so that others can join us and also know what we're talking about. I'll quickly read this message on WhatsApp that says, "Good afternoon, VOP. When someone called our president drug baron and you didn't rebuke that person, is that good? Was our president convicted of any drugs related matter? Please, Mr. President, I'll be careful. No one called Mr. President a drug baron. No one has said Mr. President is a drug baron. I did not hear anybody say that this afternoon. They were only making instances, and the president was not used as an example at all. He wasn't used as an example. So rephrase your statement, Mr. Man. Rephrase your statement. No one called the president a drug baron. Okay. And also a message on WhatsApp says most Southwesterners will continue to ask us to forget and move on because their tribes man is there. They fail to tell us where to move on to. You can't build something on nothing. The president is not qualified to run for election in the first place. Alex from Iju is telling us this. That is his opinion. We're going to stop receiving calls right now. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We also have a TV station that you can subscribe on, Voice of the People TV, also on YouTube. And on socials, you can follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at VOP903. And I'm also on the social media. You can follow me on Twitter at STUDBOY for life, Stored Boy for life. Also on Instagram, Stored Boy for life. Also the radio station on Instagram, VOP903 FM. You can find us right there, and you can always be part of the show when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because you get to cut across all our past, present, and upcoming and shows on YouTube. You're going to be updated on what we are doing. And if you're streaming live on YouTube, it is better you help us share the live so that other people can join and also discuss with us on the topics we are sharing. My name is Ash the Stud Boy, and this is the People's Drive, which continues very shortly with Citizen Jones and his team on Studio 903. Don't forget, we will always give you a voice. We would always love you. We would always share with you. We would always inform you. We will always be there for you. Don't go nowhere. Enjoy the next show. Studio 903 comes out shortly by 3 p.m. My name is Ash the Stud Boy. Bye for now.
In the affairs of man, when the voice of the people stands unique.